This is a story my cousin once told me, and it still gives me chills to this day. Back in high school, my cousin had a best friend named Frank. They were so similar in appearance that people often mistook them for twins, except for one thing: Frank had a different hairstyle. Despite their close friendship, there was one issue that constantly came between them. They both liked the same girl. This mutual affection turned their friendship into a rivalry, leading to daily arguments over who was better and who deserved her more. One day, Frank just stopped showing up to school. No one knew what happened to him, and my cousin never saw him again. Eventually, my cousin won the girl's heart, and they fell in love. Years later, they got married, building a happy life together. Frank was nothing more than a distant memory, a ghost from the past. One evening, after a long and exhausting business trip, my cousin was driving home when he got a message from his wife. She had received a strange text from an unknown number. The message simply claimed to be from my cousin. Confused, my cousin immediately told her not to reply, sensing something was off. But my sister-in-law was braver than most. Curiosity got the best of her, and she decided to engage in conversation. The unknown sender told her to come to a small hut in the woods. Something about the message sent a shiver down her spine, but instead of ignoring it, she devised a plan. She shared her live location with my cousin and told him she was going there to find out the truth. Alarmed, my cousin told her to wait, but before he could convince her otherwise, she had already left. A while later, my cousin received another text from her. She told him it was a false alarm, just a misunderstanding. Apparently, the person in the hut was his twin, or so he claimed. He had simply wanted to surprise her and congratulate them on their marriage. He had even prepared a meal, setting up an elaborate dinner date for her. Though flattered, my sister-in-law couldn't shake off the unsettling feeling creeping up her spine. She called my cousin and told him everything, but what he said next made her blood run cold. "I don't have a twin." Her heart pounded in her chest. She realized she needed to leave. Now, as she turned to escape, the man who claimed to be my cousin's twin suddenly lunged at her. She screamed and ran out of the hut, sprinting through the dark forest as fast as she could. Just as she reached the edge of the trees, headlights appeared in the distance. My cousin had arrived just in time. He pulled her into the car, slammed the door shut, and sped away, not stopping until they were safely out of the woods. Shaking, they called the police. It didn't take long for them to find the man who had lured her to the hut. And when they did, they made a shocking discovery. It was Frank. All these years, he had been harboring resentment. When he disappeared from high school, it wasn't by choice. He had been arrested for harassing multiple women. After serving his sentence, he had returned, seeking revenge on my cousin for stealing the girl he always wanted. But instead of winning her over, he had only managed to terrify her and seal his fate once again. Frank was arrested on the spot, ensuring that he would never bother them again. My cousin and his wife, though shaken, were grateful to have each other. But even now, whenever she thinks about that night, my sister-in-law wonders what would have happened if my cousin hadn't arrived in time. And that's a thought that still haunts her to this day.